Yes. Greetings, welcome, welcome, greetings and salutations. Greetings, come on in. Kiona, there's no Blog Talk Radio today. There's no Blog Talk Radio today. Something is going on with the Blog Talk Radio system. So the show will be done and brought forward directly live here from StreamYard, from Blog Talk Radio. I'm sorry, from YouTube, from Facebook, from all of my social media platforms, but there will not be a Blog Talk Radio audio backup. And as I say, all is truly and indeed a blessing. So I want to allow everyone a moment to get settled in. Please come on in, invite your friends, invite your family, invite your frenemies. I welcome all witches and tarot readers and psychics. Please come on in, come on in, come on in. Healers, Reiki specialists, come on in, come on in. It's going to be a powerful show today. It's going to be a powerful show today. Greetings, greetings, welcome, come on in, greetings. I would love to do a Blog Talk Radio backup to today's edition of the broadcast, but unfortunately Blog Talk Radio is on a coronavirus hiatus. Okay. So we're going to move forward without music. We're going to move forward without Blog Talk Radio. The ancestors are just going to do what they do, for indeed we don't begin anything. We don't end anything without being in the presence of our ancestors. So before I offer my divine, all blessed greetings and salutations, I want to acknowledge the ancestors, as always, and those who come before, those who laid the foundation, for which we now have our very being. I invite you in this present moment, I invite you to breathe, to recollect, to remember, and to call down and invite your ancestors in this moment in time space. I invoke Ola B. Broomfield. I invoke Monroe Broomfield. I invoke Joseph Harris and Nellie Luckett. I invoke the great ancestors, Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X and many of the Maroons. Invoke the ancestors that bring down the greatest memory for you, that bring down the greatest power for you, that invoked the greatest amount of ashe for you. Invoke those ancestors in this most present moment in divine time space, right now, right now. We're not talking about the hereafter. We're not talking about what is yet to come. We're talking about inviting in ancestral interference and ancestral intervention right here, right now, in this most present moment in time space. And I do this every day. You all know I invoke the ancestors every day, but today is a unique day. Today is a special day. And I invite those of you who are already here right now and present in the room. I greet you, Kiona, beloved, my moderator. Thank you so much for being here to assist me. Keisha, thank you so much, beloved Keisha Smith, for being present. Jennifer Anderson, greetings, beloved. Thank you for coming through once again. Seven, the gentleman, welcome. Divine greetings and salutation. Your Royal Highness, I welcome you in all your divine glory and majesty. Welcome. Come on in. I welcome each and every one of you. Danielle Jackson, I greet you. But listen, those of you who I can't see, but you can see me, those who I may not be able to hear right now, but you can hear me, I invite you to come on in the room. I assure you, this will not be a broadcast you will want to miss. I assure you, this will be a broadcast that you will want to be present, front and center in the room, in this sacred space that we create here. So, as always, I say, divine, all blessed, peace and love, joy and prosperity, elevation, revelations, manifestation. We are now sitting live and always in archive with the Divine Prince, Pan-African Spiritualist, practitioner, author, and advisor, Elagun Oloye Hoodoo Obeah Bokur, sharing with you in all things spiritual, mystical, metaphysical, cosmic, evolutionary, revolutionary, healing, and holistic from a Pan-African Voodoo world spiritualist perspective. Understanding that all is truly and indeed a blessing. If you can just see beyond the veils, or it's all just an illusion and a test of one of the greatest divine mysteries of this life cycle. This is my constant prayer, my mantra, my affirmation, reverberation, reiteration, and it is indeed my ever-living reality. It is crucial to the very foundation of my understanding, my teaching, my walk, my works along this divine, all-blessed life path and journey. It is how I, the Divine Prince, make sense out of all that we're challenged with here in our daily existence on Mother, Father, Earth, and it is my personal place of power and understanding. That place from where I begin, the place from where I realize and crystallize all my endeavors, understanding that I and I alone create and co-create my divine destiny. I and I alone create and co-create my divine, all-blessed reality. And so it is. Ashe. I greet you, as always, in divine peace and love, manifestation and revelations. Today is Monday. Today is not Monday. Today's Wednesday. It feels like a Monday. May 27th, 2020, and I am emanating and vibrating with you and for you live, virtually, verbally, cosmically, quantum universally from this working temple of the House of the Divine Prince. Thai Potions, Hoodoo Central, in this beautiful, enchanted, most historic, legendary, haunted city in America, New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of my ancestors and those who came before me along this Hoodoo Obeah life path and journey, passing down the great Obeah stick along with the knowledge of the life-giving, healing herbs, roots, plants, rituals, spirits, minerals. I'm always humbled, honored, appreciative to be in this sacred space, this shared sacred space with you each and every day at high noon U.S. Central Standard Time on many platforms. I repeat my mantra. I repeat my intro. And I do it for a reason. Not to kill time, not to fill up space, not because it sounds cute. I know some of you, your eyes just gloss over when I read that. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm projecting. This is indeed my truth. This is indeed my reality. And any idea of how I get it, how I got it, how I get there, how I'm doing it, how I'm moving it forward, it's right there. It's right there. And with that, I invoke the revival, the revolutionary revival of ancestors into this present moment in time space. I don't care what time it is. I don't care what day of the week it is. I don't care what year it is. From my beginnings here, from my beginnings on the Blog Talk Radio, from my beginnings on YouTube, from my beginnings on StreamYard, from my beginnings on Yahoo 360, this has been my platform. Consistent, true, authentic. But some people still not hearing me, Kiona. Some people still not hearing me. So listen, this is a powerful show. I beg of you, invite your friends, invite your family, all of you who want to be healers and prophets and spiritualists and tarot readers, please, I beg of you, come on in today. If no other day, come on in today. No holds barred. Today, please come on in. Please come on in. And I invite the sacredness of your ancestors. Each and every one of you, call them out in your space, call them out in your heart, call them out in your head, those known and unknown, seen and unseen. Make your ancestors present in this moment in time space. I'm not being philosophical. I'm talking about in this moment, 12/11/5/27/2020. In this right now moment, invoke your ancestors wherever they are. And I invite you, call in those healers, call in those readers, call in those practitioners, young and old, new and eldered. Call them in, call them in. I got fruit for you today. I got food for you today. Oh, not just any old food. Not just any old fruit. Okay. And my ancestors, oh my goodness. That's why I wasn't here yesterday, day before yesterday. I've told you all over the years, if I'm not here, I'm either Hollywood South performing or I'm doing ritual. I'm doing ritual. And there's no greater time than right now. No greater season than right now. I've invited you. I've invoked and I've provoked and I've pushed and I've buffeted. If you have any power at all, if you have any knowledge at all, come on in. Come on in. What are we doing with it?
Hello? You have a phone call.
How are we applying it?
Hello? There's a call coming in on your phone.
All is a blessing. I just,
Hello?
listen, I'm expecting technical glitches. I'm expecting interruptions. I'm expecting everything right now. Because I know the gravity of what the ancestors would have for me to say. I know the gravity of what I'm about to bring forward today. So I invite you again, call your friend, call your family, call your practitioner buddy, call your black witch girlfriend. Come on in, come on in, come on in, young and old, come on in. For indeed, we stand on the shoulders of mighty ancestors. Mighty ancestors. And dare I say, my big mama, my big papa ain't standing up for no foolishness. My ancestors ain't standing up for any foolishness. I don't know about you and yours, but I know about me and mine. And we exist right now in extraordinary weather. Oh, not just your corona, but your police brutality, your continued killings, public lynchings, right out in the open. And I ask you again, spiritualist, I ask you again, Hogans and Bokurs and Mambos, witch doctors, healers, spiritualists, how are you using your power? How are you using your power? Because let me tell you, I'm not waking up my big mama for no lotto. I'm not waking up my big mama for no foolishness. Call your ancestors out loud. Call them by name and then ask them the foolishness y'all asking me for. If I hear about a spell one more time, if I hear about a spell one more time, I'm going to demonstrate one. Okay? If I hear about a spell one more time to make your booty bigger or your face cuter, ain't nobody asking about no spell to correct your attitude, to correct your mental health, to correct your shortcomings in fortitude. Ain't nobody asking for those spells for that. But you want me to wake up my big mama, my big papa, great leaders of our people, great leaders of our nation, to do what now? To do what now? In this weather, in this time and space? And let me be clear. I've said it before. Let me be clear. You can't buy my wisdom. You can't buy my experience. You can't buy where I've been. You can't buy the hell I've had to walk through and back to get to where I am today. And you cannot buy an initiation. Ain't no such thing as a retail exchange on no initiation. Okay? You can't buy what's in my head. You can't buy it. You can't buy it. All you can do is show support for me and this ministry. All you can do is show support for the voodoo and for the ancestors that you say you standing on, that we holding hands with. But let me be clear. I'm not here to make no black witches. I'm not here to birth no witches. Okay? And if you understand what it is, witch ain't never been popular in Africa. Witch ain't never been popular in indigenous culture. Ever. Ever. And there are women, there are children, there are old people, there are albinos that are being murdered, killed, slaughtered, sacrificed every day over your witch bullcrap, over your witch buffoonery and coonery. But you striving to get accredited as a witch, not by me. You striving to get accredited as a witch, not on my watch, not in my house. How much clearer do I have to say it? I've been singing this song since 2005. This ain't new. My platform ain't changed. What's changed is my level of intensity. What's changed is my level of aggression. And don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Please don't. Just because I'm divine, all blessed. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just because I'm not cooning and buffooning and talking about battling imaginary enemies and imaginary frenemies, imaginary competition, it don't mean I don't do battle. Oka Treehouse, you better remind them my original tagline was, I specialize in doing battle. Difficult and block situations of every type and endeavor. And been doing it longer than many of you under the sound of my voice been alive. Been doing it longer than you've been alive. Not longer than you've been doing your hoodoo, but longer than you've been alive, kitchen witch. Longer than you've been alive, self-made practitioner. You want to battle? Come on in. Let's do this. Let's do this. I know y'all like demonstration. I know. It's the soft ass that needs the hard head. You remember Grandma used to say a hard head make for a soft ass? It's the soft ass that needs the hard head. It's the soft ass that needs to be shown, that needs to be thrown to the curb before they hear, before they listen, before they pay attention. Oh, I know this don't matter to you. I know the years I've already been in this don't matter to you. It's not going to matter to you until I have to slap that ass. It's not going to matter to you until I have to bump you upside your head. And because I don't come out like this every day, you somehow think that I'm not capable of that. You somehow think that that's not, you better ask around. You better ask around. This ain't a figment of my imagination. You better ask around. You better ask around, boo. You better ask around. And people who know me, know my story, know the depth of my story, they'll tell you Prince ain't no back bragger. If I wanted to be voodoo, voodoo, witch doctor, healer, magic eye, kill him dead, I could be that guy. I got the track record. You better ask around. You can't survive on the street. You can't survive on the street without developing some skills, my brother. You can't survive on the streets of this America, of any ghetto in America. And pick one. I've been there. Pick one. I've been there. Harlem. Been there. Done that. Been there, done that. The Bronx, been there, done that. Miami, been there, done that. Chicago, been there, done that. Los Angeles, been there, done that. From Skid Row to the beach. From Skid Row to the beach. You brand new. What you're trying to overcome right now and master right now, you're brand new, my sister. You're brand new. What you're doing, I did that 25, 30 years ago. Been there, done that. And now, with your kitchen witch magic that you've been doing for a year, okay? Now you want to challenge me? I invite you. I invite you. I invite you to challenge. I invite you right here, right now, live on record. I don't care who you are. Don't care what your name is. Don't care what your presumed practice is. Bring it. Bring it. And don't dare ask listen, this is the kind of request I'm getting. Can you help me kill the baby? You black witches. Woo! It's a wonder that God don't just strangle the breath out of your body. And this little back and forth, I don't do back and forth. This up and down, I don't do up and down. If you've been watching me on this show every day, I'm right through the middle. Most of the time. Most of the time. You don't catch me up here and you don't catch me down here. Most of the time. And even now, I'm right here in the middle. Right here in the middle. Because I'm already 72 hours ahead of you. I'm already 2 weeks ahead of you. I'm already 54 years ahead of you in this game. In this, I'm already, come with it. Come with it. Bring your breast. You think you brand new? You think you the first person to try? You thinking all the time that I've been here like this, you the first one that thought they was going to do some shenanigans? You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. Forgive me, chat room. You better ask somebody, because I'm not the one. Not the one. Can predict them, can send them, can receive them, and send them back again. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Greetings, 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 greetings. Jay White, I got a whole new plan, and I've got to get with you. I'm going to try to get with you today. I got a whole new thing I'm trying to do. Yes, indeed. Greetings, everyone. Please forgive me. You do 3 days of ritual. It does something to you. It does. And I take the best of advice. Take care of myself. Do for myself. Look out for the prince a little bit more, because you can't help the community. You can't bring this level of instruction. You can't teach this many people. You can't operate this level of ministry without taking care of me. And so I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now. And that means no more being passive or patient with jinn. Even for the sake of the host. Because see, often I'll put up with the jinn, the demon, the little devil, if I think I can save the host. If I think I can bring healing to the host. But I'm smashing, crushing all jinn. That's it. That's it. And there are rules and there are protocols and there are ways of doing things. But once you cross beyond that threshold of what's right and what's true and what's authentic and what's integritous and what's moral, I have to crush you like a grape. I have to stump you like a roach. Particularly if you come in here. Nowhere up in here, okay, the house, the community, the sacred space, the squared circle, no. And I'm making some adjustments to my platforms in coming today and in coming shows. I'm inviting more of my students, my initiates, my clients to be, Jay White, there is no phone line. There is no phone. Blog Talk Radio is not working right now. Yes, let's talk about the evolution of marketeers, Hoodoo Occultism. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the evolution of marketeers, as if we haven't before. Let's talk about technology. Let's talk about social media. Let's talk about a little paint and CoverGirl. Let's talk about good lighting and good product technology, good microphones and good camera equipment and good algorithm usage. Ain't got nothing to do with Voodoo. Ain't got nothing to do with ATR. It doesn't have anything to do with what's authentic, what's real, what's pertinent, what's healing, what's life-changing. Two separate things. And I'm blue in the face, really, with trying to save you from yourselves. You know, and I'm not the first. You know, I like to invoke Abyssinians. The reggae group Abyssinians wrote this song in, I don't know, the 70s called 1995. Just put it in 1995, dial this 900 number, send that 19, and we'll make you smaller, thinner, younger, more erect, more fertile, more powerful. You know, so why y'all not saving these Black lives? Why y'all not getting involved in these police killings? Why y'all not getting involved in the politics? Oh, I know y'all don't get involved in politics. Just the politics of made up hoodoo. Just the politics of fake ass witchcraft. Okay? Y'all don't get involved in nothing that's real. Y'all don't get involved in nothing that's grassroots. Y'all don't get involved in anything that's life-changing, life-affirming, and enduring. And enduring. Live long enough. If you blessed, and you live long enough, you'll see y'all come and go. The practitioners come and go. The ministers come and go. Favor comes and goes. Who's popular comes and goes. Look at hip hop. Look at R&B. Look at rap. Okay, you got some hard hitters that endure over the decades, but that's few. The rest is hard hits that come and go and move on into the next trend. Move on to the next point of what's popular. And so the marketeers have moved from radio to TV to cable to the internet. The marketeers have moved from the corner front church to the mega church to the botanica to the internet. The marketeers. And what gets stuck in my craw. We got storm weather passing over. Oya is in agreement. Obakoso is in agreement. The ancestors are in agreement. The Egunguns are in agreement. Okay? What doesn't change is the game. What doesn't change is the truth. What doesn't change is what's authentic to the practice and to the tradition. Y'all better do your homework. Seriously. I keep saying, you know, sometimes I feel like, again, I don't like to hear the sound of my own voice. So sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself, where I'm, you know, regurgitating what I've already said a million times over. But then there's every day that new crop of people that ain't heard it before, that still asks, how do I get in contact with you? It's on my YouTube, it's on my StreamYard, it's on every social media, you know, link. But I still get, how do I contact you? How do I reach you? So sometimes I overestimate being heard. Sometimes I overestimate how many times I've said something, as opposed to how many people actually heard what I said. And when I start calling off people like Tasha Love, like Jay White, like Oracle Treehouse, people who've been around more than a decade with me, they've heard me say it. But this new crop of wannabe witches, somebody needs to warn you before you check yourself before you wreck yourself. Remember that? Check yourself before you wreck yourself, because you're not going to wreck me. I won't be wrecked. You won't wreck me. You're going to wreck yourself. You're going to wreck yourself. Because I'm not about to change my platform for none of you. None of you. Client, initiate, student, friend, family, researcher, astrologer, archaeologist, historian. I'm not going to change this practice for nobody. For nobody. And I know you covet my seat. I know you covet my seat. Of course. Why would I change my program? Oh my God. I'm just like, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh, I'm still being modest. I mean, you all still have just no idea the stuff that I see every day, that I hear every day, that I witness every day, that's proposed on any given day. And some of you don't, you already know enough about psychic reading and witchery and black magic. Go on and have at it. Do your thing. But you won't be accredited not here. You won't be accredited not by me. You won't have no House of the Divine Prince, Thai Potions, Hoodoo Central, Divine Prince connection. No. Are y'all not hearing me? There is no Block Talk Radio unless I'm a little late on scrolling. Yeah, I guess I'm 15 minutes late on scrolling my chat. There's no Block Talk Radio. There's no phone. It is what it is. My grandma do voodoo. It is what it is. There is no phone. It's just us today. And I invite you to follow that link. Let me put it up on the screen. Come on in. I'm taking your questions, your comments, your reading requests, your criticism, your shadiness. Some of y'all got a lot to say behind the scenes. Some of y'all got a lot to say in the private corners. Some of y'all got a lot to say in the hush hush tones. Come on, voodoos, black witches and warlocks. Come on. What's up? Stand in your truth. But I'm no longer going to help you. See, sometimes being nice, oh, well, I'm not going to get in that fight over there. I'm going to let the security guards. No, sometimes being nice only contributes to the problem. Sometimes if you are sitting back quietly and you ain't got no vote, actions, deeds, words, if you ain't got no vote, you can't complain about what's going on around you. If you don't speak up, there's an agreement there that you're okay with the behavior. you okay with the foolishness. And so therefore, those of us who got good home training, good manners, diplomacy, experience, professionalism, wisdom, age. No, we don't just pull off the earrings and jump out there in the cut. Most of the time. Most of the time. No, we have much more savvy, quiet, respectable ways of dealing with nonsense. And don't think for one moment, because I don't get on this show every day and beat the tin cans about working roots on folks. See, Charlemagne the God should have asked me that question. You should have asked me, Charlemagne God. Okay, I appreciate you asking Voodoo, asking the Voodoo questions to Big Frida. Okay, but you should ask me, am I capable of throwing root? Yeah. Will I throw root? Yeah. Have I thrown roots? Absolutely. Do I throw roots? Absolutely. But if I got on here and taunted it, flagged it, talked about it, you young folk, or you might be 50 or 60, but you young folk, in terms of your spiritual maturity, you would kill yourselves. You would hurt yourselves. I understand. I only allow master herbalists to handle herbs. I don't get mixed up in in alchemy herb business, because I know my limit. I know my level of mastery. The information that I need when I need it. We might be experiencing just a little bit of technical glitch because of the weather. And the weather might have been what interrupted Blog Talk Radio. We're having thunderstorms, those summer thunderstorms moving through. Some of my favorite weather, by the way. I love sudden change and transformation. I love Obakoso Gabiosile. I love Mother Earth when she whirls and twirls and kicks up dust and shakes things into compliance, shakes things into manifestation, shakes things into demonstration. Boo, you ain't been around long enough to know who I am. Don't let the divine all blessed fool you. You ain't been around long enough to know who I am. Okay, I specialize in doing battle. Don't let the pretty face fool you. Don't let the cute look fool you, beloved. I'm battle tested. Knees scarred, elbows scarred. I'm battle tested. Still got gravel in my knees. Still got gravel in my feet. Don't. I implore you. I implore you. Y'all don't want to come for me. This whole little coven, y'all don't want to come for me. Y'all don't want to come for me. Are you? You are your, listen, I hate a bully. There's not, see, growing up, I was a kid who was bullied up until 9th grade. Something started dibbling and dabbling, like a lot of y'all, started going to the library and getting into those occult books, and something snapped in me. And there was no more bullying after the 9th grade. So I hate a bully, especially a bully who likes to put somebody else up. Now, you ain't got to like me. You ain't got to love me. You ain't got to prefer me, but you know nothing about me. And then to send your peon, somebody who you know is of weak constitution, to do your work. I hate that kind of bully. That's the worst bully possible. You have to get the beat down. You have to get the beat down. In this scenario, you and your whole coven I'm coming for the whole coven. Oh, yeah, I know that was an empathic. Yeah, it's empathic for me too. I'm empathically tapping into your whole coven, and I'm coming for you, and it's gonna be public. It's gonna be public. You make it public. Now I'm gonna make it public. Okay, and I keep receipts. I keep receipts. You don't do this professionally. You don't do this expertly and not keep receipts. I beg y'all every day, keep receipts. Journal, keep a notepad, monitor and document. I keep receipts. I keep receipts. We'll be glad to bring those receipts forward. I've been playing around with the share mechanism on StreamYard, which allows me to bring other tabs, other documents onto screen. You wouldn't just see me, you would see the receipts. Yeah, I'm working on that right now. Greetings. Keona, help me, beloved. Am I missing my questions? Ooh, I so wish I could have my phone lines open today, but all is a blessing. I invite you all to turn on them cams. I invite you all to come on in to this sacred space of gods and goddesses. I invite you to share your experience, to share your testimony, to share your love, to share your wisdom right here in this shared space. Give me a moment. I'm trying to catch up with my chat. Y'all know when y'all had that conversation going on, my chat slows down. Thank you so much, everyone, for being present. Hola, Arisha. Cherie Thomas, greetings, beloved. Becoming the sea, welcome, greetings and salutations. Your Royal Highness, yes, it's a coven. it's a coven. Let's see. Now, this is an important question. If I can get it on the screen. Hoodoo Occultism. Give me a moment, beloved. I'm trying to get things to move forward. He's asking about fake elders. Fake elders trying. Okay, y'all, please help me out with this grammar now. Hoodoo Occultism. I think you're trying to say fake elders trying to bring information. I'm not sure what you mean exactly. Because when you say information, we say it's the information highway. We say it's the superhighway, www, World Wide Web. But how much of the information is true wisdom? How much of the information is true knowledge? What's a fake elder? Well, I need you to be on camera right now. Because, we try to say anyone of a certain age is an elder. There's some truth in that. And when we are operating in all as a blessing, understanding that there's a lesson, there's a blessing, there's something to gain out of every scenario, every event, every energy. I say it all the time. I don't have to smoke crack to know crack kills. Never touched it, never tried, never wanted to. You can see it outright and every day. So the elder who drinks, the elder who's the alcoholic, the elder who's made major mistakes, and particularly when we're talking about ancestral work, I'm often asked, do I acknowledge the alcoholic in my family? Do I acknowledge the pedophile in my family? Do I acknowledge the people who've done bad things, in terms of acknowledging ancestors? And we're taught that you placate those spirits by keeping them still, by keeping them in the ground, but by keeping them quiet. In an incubator, it might be another way of looking at it. In the incubation, in the purgatory, the Catholics call it, of being remade, reborn, renewed. Those are not spirits that we invoke to get involved in our business. Those aren't ancestors or eguns that we would invite to get involved in in our love and relationship requests or our career and education requests. We want them to be silent, to move on into the dimension of healing and not create problems, not be problematic for us in the present. We invoke those egunguns, those ascended ancestors that, generally speaking, did good in life, did well in life, were very beneficial in life, and then go on to do more and greater from a room, from heaven, from the spirit realm, from Ginin, if you will. So when we look at elders, the elders that show us through demonstration what not to do, we see them, we acknowledge them. You say, hey, Uncle, Uncle Jim, or hey, Mr. Joe, or hey, Miss Sally, or hey, Mama Pat, and you just keep it moving. Now your mama might pull your ear, your dad might pull your ear and say, oh, well, that lady, she drink. Oh, well, that lady beat her kids. Oh, well, that lady does, this, that, and the other. And you file that information away, for future reference, for future dexterity. But then there are those living elders who stand up, who do the work, who are still present, who are still hands-on, who still are active. We also acknowledge them too. So I'm always just a little skeptical, slowly moving into that whole definition of what is an elder. And so I compared that to what is an ancestor. And I'm asked that almost once a day at least. You often confuse relatives with ancestors, relatives with Egun. We say Eguns, we say the dead. We say Egungun, we mean elevated, ascended, higher vibrating, higher up in terms of their vibratory effect on who and what we are in this moment. But what happens to the criminal, the thief, the liar, the perpetrator? That energy goes back into the ground. That energy is recycled back into nature. And that's why demons, jinn, elementals can show up in wood, can show up in earth and clay, can be melted into glass, can be melted into metal and steel. And those powers, those energies are not always useful. At the beginning of the show, I invited you to invoke your ancestors and invoke the greatest people that you know right now. And then ask them foolish questions. Then ask them foolish requests. Then ask them nonsensical nonsense requests. Y'all feeding jinn. I've said it before, y'all are feeding demons. It's demons showing up in your witchcraft, not Orisha, not Loa, not your ancestors that are trying to help you to move forward. And jinn and demons, I don't care what religion you look at, jinn and demons feed the flesh, feed the carnality of the physical realm. And along with the spirit realm, I say that's my coins. Those are my pentacles, the most carnal, material, physical sign in the deck, the most earthbound sign in your tarot deck. But it also resonates with your stuff, your car, your house, your material possessions, your jewelry, your hair, your nails, your shoes, your suits, your caps, your hats. But it also resonates in the spirit realm with class, status, lifestyle, family value, ego. And so some of you are only looking at, now listen, I'm gonna start calling names. I feel like now I have to. I'm gonna start singling people out. I feel like now I have to. I'm gonna start calling practitioners and clients by name. Because there's this oh, it's all the practitioners are bad. All the practitioners are wicked. All the initiations are backwards. I don't care, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, Haitian, African American, you let some clients tell it. It's all bad. It's all just as wicked as the Catholic Church. It's all just as wicked as the Christian church. Let some people tell her. And there's no platform for disclosure of clients, because that's professional. At a professional level, you don't get to sharing personal stuff, right? Right? But we want to treat hoodoo and root work and conjure and voodoo as if that's somehow something exclusively different. At least y'all do. So if we're going to do it the way y'all do it, why not? Let's call names. Let's call out practitioners. Let's call out individuals, okay? Uniquely, if that's how y'all want to do it. But hands off the prince. Hands off House of Divine Prince. Hands off Hoodoo Central LLC. You know, hands off Respect the Voodoo. Hands off. Not because I'm scared. Don't let the divine all blessed fool you. Not because I'm scared to. No, you better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. I challenge y'all. Your mama know you a voodoo priest? Do your mama know you a hoodoo worker, a conjure man, a conjure woman? My mama do. My mama done been here on the show. Where your mama at? Where your sisters at? Where your brothers at? You know, it was told to me long ago, if what you're working on is any good, where your family, where your people, where your peers, where your community. And that makes sense in the context of ministry. That makes sense in the context of grassroots work. You can't do grassroots work